my name is Jasmine and it's still October, so I plan on making another set of spooky squishies. This time they'll be themed after the horror game franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF. Squish Me actually released an entire line of security breach squishies. I have the whole set plus some duplicates, but they look pretty derpy though, so I want to kind of customize them and fix them up to look more like the in-game models. I've already done that with Glamrock Freddy, so now I want to create a whole set of Glamrock animatronics. If you guys enjoy this video, I'll use my duplicate squishies to make some of the other character variations from throughout the FNAF franchise. Let's get into the video.
Since Freddy is already done, here are the remaining Glamrocks. I've got Roxy, Chica, and Monty. These guys clearly look like the animatronics from Security Breach, but they're very simple and all have their own issues. Chica looks like she's trying to rizz me up. Roxy has the abyss stare. And Monty is, missing his clothes. These all have room for improvement. So I'm gonna start with Chica. I know she is mostly white, but I'm still starting with a white base coat. I just want the squishy to have a consistent texture and no random bits of exposed foam. I'll be upfront, I think all of the Glamrock designs are so fun. They all look great, so many details and little accessories and neon accents that it's all just so cute. I think this version of Chica's design works really well. I especially love the over-the-top hair. One thing I did notice while looking at her reference is that Chica didn't have a tail. I thought it would look really cute to have her tail match her spiky hair. This shouldn't have been a huge revelation since I don't think any of the other versions of Chica have a tail. I feel like I really fixed up Chica's face from the original. The eyes especially turned out way better, much less blank. And here is Chica all finished. I obviously like this version way better. The details make this so much better for me. Chica just came out really cute. She slays. I'd also like to point out that the eyelashes actually make sense now. They're not like above her eyelid. I'm also excited that she got all of her face paint instead of just the eye patch. Like, these little triangles on her cheeks are just so cute. On to Monty. This is the most firm squishy I have ever gotten from the Squish Me brand. He is bordering on stress ball, which, yes, is an insult. Right off the bat, I was confused on what to do with this indent on Monty's face. His underjaw is yellow, and that's what the original design did. But it just made his jaw look super thick, and so I was thinking about putting the yellow where I wanted to and just ignoring the indent. But I decided to work with the indent because I thought it would be too awkward to just ignore it. We definitely need to take care of this clothing issue. He is getting his pants. This brings my attention to his back, where he is missing his tail. I don't know what to do. I don't want to make a handmade piece because it would be really chunky and not match the rest of the squishies. I also didn't want to paint on the tail flat because that would kind of look awkward, so I guess I'm just leaving Monty tailless. This will just keep him more consistent with the other squishies, even if I don't like it. Some of these details get tricky on these squishies. These obviously aren't proportional to the real models. Instead, they're like chibi and really squished down. These arms and legs are so little, tiny, itty bitty. I have to get creative in figuring out what details are even possible, and if I want to do them, how would I incorporate them? This isn't for everyone since it gets so small and tedious, but I think it's an interesting challenge. Anyways, I loved painting these glasses. Since there are indents in the foam, I can easily follow them. It would have been really tough making symmetrical stars without some sort of guide. They turned out nice and have a lot more dimension than before. I kind of want to make a Bonnie squishy. I loved seeing people's ideas for what Glamrock Bonnie would look like. I also remember everyone theorizing that Monty was the reason that Bonnie was absent when Security Breach came out, and now that the DLC is out, I feel like it's much more credible now, especially since MatPat's even on board. It was also really satisfying redefining his fang. For the speckles on his face, I was a little apprehensive. The squishy has such a big head, I was worried it would look strange, but I'm glad I did add them because he would have looked a little bland without them. Here is my finished Monty. I think Monty looks so cool now. Everything came together nicely. As for his squish, he is still pretty firm, but I was able to make him a bit more slow rising. I can't tell if Monty or Chica is my favorite, so let me know what you think in the comments below. Finally, we have Roxy, and this is going to be the last glam rock that I'm going to be making today. Squish Me really did her squishy dirty. Like, her face is so awkward. I thought a new paint job would be able to fix this, but once I was done painting the base coat, I realized I don't think there's anything I can do to fix those eyes, so I'm going to remove them. This means cutting them off and smoothing out the face. This looks familiar. Anyways, smoothing out her face will be challenging because cutting into paint leaves a sharp mark. I tried my best to get it smooth, but this is what we're left with. I love how over the top her hair is. It's one of my favorite parts of her design. I also have her Funko plush, and if you've seen it, the hair on the back is so sad and deflated. So seeing this large, exaggerated, full hair just makes me so happy. While I've been working on all of these squishies, I've been listening to FNAF music. Like, one of the best parts of October is that it's more socially acceptable to listen to FNAF music. It's my jam. There are so many songs that I just love. It's Me, Join Us for a Bite, I Can't Fix You. Bangers. I love this stuff. Alright, enough stalling. I have been dreading doing Roxy's face. Roxy is my favorite of the glam rocks, but I'm working with a pretty derpy canvas here because of Squish Me's mold. There are a few things that are just off, so I'm going to try my best to fix it with a paint job. I created the outlines for her eyes, and in hindsight, maybe I should have made this a little bigger so I had some more space to work with. But this is what I settled with. Roxy's in-game design has these light yellow eyes, and I think they look really cool. But I don't think it works for this chibi little squishy. It looks piercing, and I'm scared. I tried to fix this. I wanted her to look more calm and less scary, so I added these eyelids. These just made her look sad. I mean, they may be fitting for her character, since she is heard crying in the game. It's just, having an existential crisis isn't the face that I want on my squishy. On the bright side though, her eyebrows and whiskers turned out nice. Here is Roxy, all done. Overall, I think the face is just as unsettling as the original Squish Me version. So I don't think I did Roxy justice. She deserves better. I mean, there are parts I enjoy, like her outfit and her hair, but nothing gets past that face. She's in a crisis. Here are all of the glamrock animatronic squishies I customized. Freddy finally has his full crew, and I love seeing how these turned out. Now the squishies do the in-game models justice. They also just look really cute together. I'm really pleased with how they came out. I've made other video game inspired squishies, so if you've enjoyed this, you should check out my custom Minecraft squishies. I have a lot of fun doing these since it feels like I'm getting my own special merch from these franchises that I love. And with that, I'm happy to be adding all of these squishies to my collection. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.